My name is Victor Guerra. I'm a graduate student in the Soil Water Sciences Department, and I'm working out of the University of Florida's North Florida Research Education Center. My research is focused on the below-ground interactions between perennial peanut and Bahia grass. In particular, I'm interested in the microbe-to-plant interaction and plant-to-plant interactions. I look at fungi as well as bacteria, and my interest is in symbioses, that is, the beneficial interactions between plant and fungi or plant and bacteria. I'd like to look today with you at some mycorrhizal fungi colonization of perennial peanut roots. Neither plant nor animal, the fungi represent their own kingdom. We're used to seeing their fruiting bodies, but what you can't see is all the hyphal network below ground in the soil. Arguably, the role of the fungi are just as important as the plants and the animals of the pasture system. With my research focused on the below-ground interactions, I have to first collect soil and roots from the field before addressing them in the laboratory under microscope. It's easy to see the roots and the rhizomes in the soil, but you can't see the beneficial fungi that are associated with those roots, and they act as an extension of the root system.
I took some perennial peanut roots and Bahia grass roots from the field and brought them to the lab, where I removed the pigment from the root tissue and applied a special dye which stains fungal tissue blue. This method allows us to see the mycorrhizal fungi in the root when viewed with a microscope. Here it's easy to spot the mycorrhizal fungi in this perennial peanut root. You'll notice some distinct structures belonging to the mycorrhizal fungi. We have these balloon-shaped structures here and also over here. And we have thread-like structures. These thread-like structures are referred to as hyphae. The hyphae is distributed throughout the plant root and will extend out of the root and into the soil, where it will scavenge for nutrients and water, which are then shared with the plant root. They also seek out new real estate in the form of other plant roots. The balloon-like structures are storage structures which are useful for regrowth and are called vesicles. We've now moved to another site along the perennial peanut root, and I've increased the microscope's magnification, which is allowing us to see where a single thread-like structure, or hypha, is leading to an exchange site that's formed by the mycorrhizal fungi. These exchange sites are known as arbuscules. You'll notice that they sort of resemble a tree. We have a trunk here and branches formed here. This is essentially the site that forms a symbiotic association between plant and fungi, since this is where carbon is transferred from the plant to the fungi and where nutrients and water are transferred from the fungi to the plant. We're now looking at a Bahia grass root section, and I'm sure you'll easily recognize some of the same structures that we saw in the perennial peanut root are widespread here in this Bahia grass root. You can see we have the thread-like structure, or the hyphae, along with the balloon-shaped storage structures, the vesicles. You'll even notice how this root hair is heavily colonized by mycorrhizal fungi. Now you may be wondering what you need to do to bring mycorrhizal fungi to your plant roots and benefit from the resulting symbiosis. Well, the roots I've shown you here came from fields which were not treated with any special inoculum. In fact, mycorrhizal fungi spores are generally well distributed in soil and will develop associations with eligible hosts naturally. Further along the Bahia grass root, I found an excellent example of mycorrhizal fungi extending out of the root and into where the soil would normally be. As I previously mentioned, this extension of the hyphae into the soil essentially expands the root system of the plant and also opens the possibility for plant-to-plant interactions facilitated by the mycorrhizal fungi. In conclusion, my research explores the potential of mycorrhizal fungi for enhancing interactions between perennial peanut and Bahia grass, with focus on its role in water and nitrogen acquisition and sharing. I look forward to sharing the results of my research in the near future, and I hope you've enjoyed this presentation.